You are watching Paradigm Shift TV.
Blood. Church Files. Paradigm Shift. TV 314. Thursday nights. We open the archives. This is the Black Church Files.
Where faith meets fact.
The Black Church Files.
Stories buried deep beneath the trials.
From slave ships to the pulpits and the aisles.
Still standing through the hatred and denials.
The Black Church Files.
Where faith meets fact through every trial.
Truth revealed when deception goes wild.
Every Thursday, we reveal the files.
Yeah. From the cotton fields to the choir stands. Bible in the soul, scars on their hands. They try to break us, erase our names. Still we built churches in the middle of pain. Talking history, culture, theology. Not emotional speeches with mythology. We confront the trends, challenge the lies. Bring receipts when the false arise. From conscious debates to identity claims. False teachers online just chasing fame. But the Black church stood through hatred and fire. Still sang hymns while the world conspired.
This ain't just religion, it's survival music of people searching for God while the culture confused it. Urban apologetics with facts in the booth. No gimmicks, no fear, just history and truth. The Black Church Files. Stories buried deep beneath the trials.
From slave ships to the pulpits and the aisles.
Still standing through the hatred and denial. The Black Church Files.
Where faith meets fact through every trial.
Truth revealed when deception goes wild. Every Thursday, we reveal the files.
From storefront churches to mega church lights, we discuss the wrongs and defend the rights. Mental health, politics, racism too. What affects the Black church, we speak on it true. No sugarcoating, no performative rage. Just scholarship mixed with the spirit and stage. Breaking down movements, doctrines and myths with historical context they can't dismiss. This for the doubters and wounded souls. For the ones who left church but still seeking wholeness. For the young Black minds caught in confusion, searching for purpose beyond internet movements. Every Thursday on Paradigm Shift TV 314. Historical truth, cultural conversations, urban apologetics.
The Black Church Files.
Where faith meets fact.
The Black Church Files.
This is my first episode of Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. What this is about is inviting people to come on and basically call out whomever they have a beef with. Now, I'm not going to do it personally for me, because this is not about me. And I don't think, and I'm not going to let anyone call me out on this, just to be objective. So if you want to call me out, you can get in touch with DMG, and he'll do that. So this is just showing you, introducing the concept of whoever wants to do a call out can do a call out on the show, and I'll be the moderator, if you will. If you want to come and do it by yourself, I can bring you on to do it by yourself. If you want to bring the person on, we could do that as well. So just I'm introducing to try and get some debates actually going. I got called out a couple of times, but that's another story. That is not for this. That is not for this live. So you guys can like, share, and subscribe to Solomonic TV, to Worldview Wars, and to Paradigm Shift 314. You guys can do that at any point in time. I'm just on here to do a quick introduction because I'm not going to take advantage of this time to do any call outs to anyone. This is not my personal call out show. This is not for anyone to call me out to come on the show to confront me on this show. We can do that. We can do it here, but we have to get DMG to moderate it. But if you want to call someone else who's not me, we can definitely get that popping. So, just a small introduction. I don't really necessarily have anything to do that. I'm not going to come on this show. I'll do a separate show for those I want. Because I got called out recently by Brother Kassad to do Is There a Tin of Sacrifice in Ancient Kemet? And JJ is supposed to do a call out show, I believe, tomorrow. Tune in for that. Let me see what else we got coming up on the agenda so I could shout out those lives. Let me see what we got in the back going on. So let me see what we got here coming up. The next one is Mandinga Bali calls out Jose Francis. That is Sunday at 9:15 p.m. So tune in for that. The Modern Living at Israelite Unity. That was scheduled for June 10th, but that didn't happen. No. Sorry, that's scheduled for June 13th. So look out for that. Then we got June 25th, the Black Church Files, Brother Robert Ash. And then May 22nd, we have the GT Project with David Chandler and GT. So all those things are coming up in the future. So tune in for those things. Like, share, and subscribe to the platform. So I'm just introducing you to this show so you could get in contact with Brother GMD. But you could actually get in contact with me if you want to do a call out for someone other than me. So I'm going to put my email into the chat so you guys can email me if you like. This is my email here. You guys can email me if you want to call out someone other than me on Where They Smoke This Fire. If you want to call me out, you can get in contact with DMG and he will set that up where he can moderate that particular call out. So elohim192@gmail.com is my email for you to get in contact with me to do call outs to someone other than me. And you could do it on your own or do it with the individual if you want. Hopefully, that will lead to a face-off and a debate, which is what we're looking for. And the rules of this debate league normally is if you're not a debater in the debate league, you have to go through the crucible. You will get in contact with Brother DMG or Brother Chris Harris. They'll set that up for you. Bring a presentation and all of the official debaters, such as myself, weigh in on whether we want you or not. And of course, majority rules. So that's that. I didn't come on here to stay very long. I just came in to let you guys know that you guys can contact me if you want to do that. Like, share, and subscribe to Worldview Wars, Paradigm Shift 314, and Solomonic TV, right? I'll probably be back later to do something else. But when I'm ready to do my call out show, I'll call DMG and wait. DMG will me and DMG will get together and do that. Right now I'm holding that close to my chest. Right now. But I want anyone who has any beef with anyone other than me to go ahead, email me. You not hearing me, Steve? I'm talking too low. You want the link? Let me throw the link in there for you, Steve, because clearly you got something you need to say. So let me throw the link in here. I have a mic, but I'm probably talking too long. So let me throw the link in here for you, Steve. Come with you, let's talk about it, because you look like you want to call somebody out. So there's the link, Steve. Hit the link. Come in. Anybody else who wants to hit the link can come in. So we are not calling me out on the show, just on GP. You can call me out, but you can call DMG and do a call out for me with DMG. This is for others. You can come on. What's going on, Steve? You got a call out or what?
Nah. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, well, you're a little low, but I could hear what you say. That
I
might be my
ain't got
speaker.
my mic. I'm gonna use the computer mic. Is that
Okay,
better?
that might be my speaker too. That might be my speaker because my speaker's low, so it could possibly be the speaker.
Is that better?
So talk to me. Yeah, man. What you think about the new segment? You
I
think?
don't know, because it's not clear. It's not clear. It's not clear to, at least it's not clear to me. So I didn't catch everything.
Explain what you need me to clarify. I was talking to her. What I was saying was, it's called Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. Anyone who wants to do a call out on anyone other than me can do the call out. I will moderate. If they want to be the other person, I will just put them on and let them do their call out. But since I am the moderator and the originator, you can't call me out on my own show. You can contact DMG, and he will let you do the call out. My Ninga Mali is supposed to do a call out on me Sunday. I already got called out by Kassad. He wants to debate pertaining to sacrifice.
Kassad.
So hopefully that will go through.
Right.
So this is just for the official debaters who want to do call outs. We are obviously looking for debaters, but they have to go through the crucible, just like I did. For us as official debaters to vote them in, or as I call the crucible, the jump in. So that's my name for the crucible. You got to get jumped in officially. So if you have anyone you want to call out, you could. My email was just in the chat there.
Well, believe it or not, I was grandfathered in. I didn't go through the crucible.
I know that.
Right.
You named Steve, so you got grandfathered in. But here's my email here, so anyone could email me to do a call out. Anyone other than me, if you want to call me out, you have to email DMG to let him do that. So you sure you don't want to do any call outs, Steve?
Hold on. Hold on. So I saw where JJ7000 called you out. You with that? You gonna take whatever the topic or title or premises are? You gonna take that?
Well, I gotta answer the call out first. He didn't officially call me out. So when he does call me out, we'll see what he's talking about. Because he did it live yesterday and he called my name about 15 times. I don't know why. he had a debate with himself. So
right.
Out Jabari on the literalism of the natural, because that's the hot topic now. Because there is an official debate on Sanetta between him and Brother Reggie on that topic, are the natural literal.
Okay.
So everyone is kind of diving into the topic. But I personally, since the topic is going to be debated on Sanetta, I can't accept a debate on that particular topic. Hopefully no one else will do that, because that's kind of messing up that particular debate. But it seems like that's the hot topic. It's very contentious. The man told me point blank, I'm a Jabari fan because I agree with Jabari. He don't want to talk to me again. So that's what the man told me. So I don't understand.
Is the debate going to happen or not?
The debate seems to be on the way. I haven't heard any hiccups yet.
Right.
It's definitely supposed to be a debate. They had it up actually on his channel. They have a flyer for it. They did a little pre today, so it seems as if the debate is on track to actually happen. I think it's a $40 donation looking for that debate.
Wow, $40.
Definitely.
It's just that the title hasn't been hashed out yet.
No. They got the title.
You mean the Neteru being literal?
Yes, that's the debate. As opposed to, because Brother Jabari's view is they are real, but not literal.
Real, but not literal.
Yesterday. Yes.
How can something be real, but not literal? Do you know? I don't know.
I suppose what he's trying to say is the concept is real, but it's not something that's tangible. It's a real abstract concept, but it's not tangible in terms of you and I being like you and I are human. We are literal beings who walk around, talk,
Okay.
talk, eat, sleep, use the bathroom.
Okay, so but
So-
one definition of literal may mean that it's written down. You know what I mean? Like literal meaning that is.
The definition that I saw says
Uh-huh.
basically what the thing is represented as
Uh-huh.
is what it is. You understand? What is presented as is what it is. If you say this is a human, that's a human. There's no there's no symbology or abstract thought between you saying you're a man. I say I'm a man. There's no symbolism in that. That's just a literal statement.
That
There's no. It's not as if you're saying, well, you're the brave bull, and you're the Nefernetia. Those are things that are real concepts, but they don't represent something tangible and literal in the sense of your identity as a black man, as a human, things of that sort. It's not represented in that kind of way. You're taking a human and putting him in this sort of divine symbolism to say that he represents these things.
he represents what? That he represents.
Like he represents being a Nefernetia. He represents being a Neb Tarjesha, which of course we know is one of Anpu's, as they like to say, epitaphs. And it's also one of Asar's epitaphs. So we know that they're actually comparing him, and he's acting out this whole divine play to the people of him to make them understand what he's trying to represent.
In a real, literal, physical sense.
A little represent is a metaphoric representation of something that we would not consider literal.
Yeah.
Because the man is not a bull. The man is not a bull, clearly, right? He wears a bull tail to show that he has this kind of macho, manly, aggressive.
Right, exactly. That's the
brave
symbolism.
cadence.
Right.
So even when he says literal, it's still symbolism.
Right.
think
The
that they go
prowess of,
literal
the
is still
prowess of a
symbolic.
bull. Right. That's what that headdress represents.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. They
Right.
take a longhorn cattle and make that into an Apu or Apis bull.
Right.
But the bull is not literally an Apis. It's not. That's not the literal thing that it is.
But
It's a
you see,
representation
the part
of an
the part that people miss is the ritualization of it all. That wearing
Well,
that
so-
headdress during ritual. You know what I mean?
He has a ritualistic headdress that he does wear. But when you would see him normally, he would wear, if I'm not mistaken, he would wear a bull's tail. He would wear a certain crown at certain times. I would agree that obviously he would just be walking around with these things all the time.
Right. Why would you walk around with a bull's horn all the time? That
No, a bull's tail.
bull's tail, you know, the costume, the headdress, all of that. Why would you know what I'm saying? That's like
Let's ease back. I see Brother DMD has jumped in here. So
what's good,
DMG, you can state what you want to say. Obviously, we have
I'm
to
just
grow.
y'all carry on, act like I ain't here. I'm just here to change the background because you still got the background up from a different show.
Right, I could hardly hear him. All right.
Oh, I can't change the background. I don't know how to change the background. So I just left it up. I don't know how to change it.
Well, listen, talking about who's calling who out. I don't know. The unconscious buzzard.
Lord Father. What? Oh my God.
Yeah, you figure out who that unconscious buzzard is.
That's on DMG to figure that out. I'm not going to do that.
DMG know who it is.
All right, so
You want me to say who it is? If you don't know who it is, you want me to say who it is?
I think that his sobriquet is not the unconscious buzzard. So I think
No,
you should
that
call
ain't
him
it.
by the name that we know him by. There's nobody called that in this
No.
community. So I
Right.
can't accept that.
What's the opposite of unconscious?
Conscious.
Right. So that's the first part of his name. And then he likes to be called
Okay.
Heru. Heru is a falcon, but dude is a buzzard. So
Hold on a second. Asar and Carl, if you want to come in, just hit the link.
right.
I don't know. Well,
No. Heru conscious, or conscious Heru, not consciousness. Heru conscious wants a debate on he agrees to the debate on creationism, something with creationism versus atheism, creationism versus atheism. But he doesn't want, and this is the thing, I joined, I was on the live when you were talking about the rules, right? Like, you know, submitting the premises, and you mentioned Chris Harris and so on and so forth. Okay, I'm not going to call him the unconscious.
Hold on, didn't I moderate that? Didn't I moderate that?
He don't want Chris to have nothing to do with it.
But didn't I moderate that though? I did moderate that, right?
Which one?
You and Haru was the one that I moderated. When you guys was
no. Me and Haru, that was Chris Harris. No. Me and Haru, that was DMG moderated that, and the title of that one.
Moderate you with?
Huh?
Who did I moderate you with?
You never.
Yes. It was you, and Yashu was the one that I moderated.
Oh yeah. That was the face off.
That you finally agreed to the topic. So that's how.
I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah.
Well, he did come to agreement that you guys can submit your premises with the caveat that he may back out if you don't like what you're talking about.
Right. So that was a setup from that point, right? So I read the writing.
So now you're calling out Haru, or you guys have a debate set?
No, listen, we were just in Silky's chat, and there he's agreeing to have this. He wants to do a face-off, but he don't want Chris Harris to have anything to do with it.
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for DMG as far as that is concerned.
Right.
DMG has to address that particular thing. All I can do as a brand new, I can allow you to do your call out, and he can respond if he wants to.
Who's that? Haru?
What I'm saying is this: you are here on Worldview Wars Paradigm Shift. So this is the official site where you can call him out and ask for a face-off, and DMG can come in and say, "Boo, this is a face-off. Y'all do what you have to do. You can't do that in Silky." That's not what you know that, right? That doesn't count.
I'm clear now. But what I'm also saying is that so I'm requesting a face-off, or I'm calling out Haru, even though we already had that back and forth in the chat. I'm calling out Haru to have this debate, the Haru conscious on creationism versus atheism. Now I'm just telling you his caveats. He does not want Chris Harris involved at all. Moderating.
I can't speak on that at all.
I'm just telling you. Then it's up to.
My understanding is Worldview Wars is his purview, and he has that. He's been given that particular authority. So all I can do, if you want, here's my email there. You can actually come on, call him out, and if he responds, then the face-off is out of my hands, because I don't do face-off.
He may not respond because he's at work. It's Friday, so on and so forth. I'm just putting it out there.
No. We're not doing it now.
Okay.
We're going to allow you to. You can email me, and we're going to set aside a Friday where we're actually going to do the call out. I'm going to schedule a call out where there's smoke, there's fire, for you to do that. Now, if he doesn't respond, he doesn't respond.
Okay.
Or if something happens before then, where you get a face-off, then that's a different story.
Inbox me or something. Are we friends? You ain't sent me that friend request.
I don't even. So, what is your name on Facebook?
That's as you see it, Steve Caballero.
No problem. I could do that. So
yeah. So
once I inbox you, we can see if we can set it up.
Right.
But if DMG intervened and said, let's just do the face-off, then we could scratch that. But tentatively, you could definitely come on where there's smoke, there's fire, and talk about it. I definitely got the go-ahead from my brother to do it. He doesn't have a problem with me doing it. But since you put it out there, he might jump in and say, let's just go ahead and do a face-off. I don't know. But you're definitely more than welcome to come and do it.
Okay, so we could do the face-off with you or...
No, not a face-off. This is called Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. This is a call-up. I can't do face-offs on my own. That is not my purview. Unless DMG says, listen, let's go ahead.
that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Where the complications and to some extent the confusion comes about. But
no, if you want to do no, it's within your right to request a face-off. If you want to request a face-off, you can hit DMG like the manager hit DMG, and you guys can do a face-off.
I did that.
Did he answer you?
Not yet. I don't know. I ain't see. I just saw when your link came up, so I joined this call.
Okay. So I'm gonna back off of that and let DMG deal with that.
Okay.
And if you don't hear from DMG, then I'll friend you. You hit me up and say, listen, DMG didn't respond. We're gonna tentatively set up the call out.
Okay.
Because I don't want to step on the face-off because the face-off is not me. Unless DMG say go ahead and moderate that. I can't
like you did the last one.
Yes. He just kind of threw me in and said, "Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. You did good with this one. I will throw you in there with that."
All right.
You got to hit him up and let him respond because he, a lot of things going on. So give him a little week to respond. Respond, then we can do the call out. If it runs us, then we could probably lead to a face-off.
All right. Well,
I would love to see that debate. My brother, I saw him. Carl, what's going on, brother? He looked like he wanted to weigh in. I know he wanted to weigh in on the topic. Talk to me, Asar.
Yeah, they got the strap over there. They about to get busy. So it's gonna be a good.
Why don't you jump in here, Asar? Why don't you do a crucible and get jumped in here? We want to see you jumped in here. I don't know if you can grandfather in based on you being a silent car, but we need you to come over here and do some debates. I don't know what DMG is going to do. If he's going to let you do a crucible, if he's going to jump you in, being that you're already on other side doing debates. But we need to get you in here to do a debate.
Take a breath. Look.
We need some more.
Take a breath. If somebody want to get busy with me, DMG definitely got my info. He said one of his mans wanted to get down, but I'm a difficult person to set up a debate with. It's a lot of cats that I'll do this, I'll do that. One of them, and then when my name come up, they kind of move around. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, listen, get with DMG and see what you could do because I'm quite sure.
I've been with DMG. Like I said, DMG got my information. He already told me somebody wanted some smoke, and then when my name popped up and I popped up on the show, that smoke went away real fast. Like I said, it's a difficult time to get a debate.
Call somebody else out. We'll call somebody else out.
I don't call people out. I got work to do for real. We in the community for real. But if they say my name, it's just like the Candy Man. I'm gonna show up in your mirror.
I'm with you. But you gotta set something up here, man. I want to see you coming here. Brother Gideon, what's going on?
Shalom. What's going on, Jose? What's going on? What's going on, Assault? All praise to the Most High. Yahshua. Just chilling, listening, seeing what's going on.
Oh, I'm in touch, son.
So if you want to do a call out on the show, I don't have a problem with that. But if you want to call me out, you have to set that one up with DMG. You can't call me out on a way this fire.
I mean, we could just make it. If there's any of the biblical readers who think there's only one God in the Bible, you come stand on that firmly, and I'm a crunch your grin. You ain't gonna think I'm your friend. I'm gonna shake your hand, but that's how you gonna feel.
I was actually talking to Gideon. I was actually talking to Gideon that if he wanted to call me out, you could set it up with DMG.
Yeah, go ahead, Gideon.
I'm not gonna do you calling me out of my own show because that's kind of not impartial. So if he wants to do that, he can do that. If he wants to call someone else out, we can always set it up and we can do that as well. So I don't know if you came in here for. I don't know if you came in here for that or you just wanted to participate.
I'm always here for the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, man, what I believe and what I stand on, I take that to be fact. So I'm always willing to defend my position. But I heard Asaf say that. What you mean by that? That God isn't the only God in the Bible. I mean, I would agree with that to a certain extent. But as far as the the Most High is only one creator of all things. but I don't know what he was saying when he meant that. But yeah,
Are you sure that there's only one creator? Are you
yeah,
standing on that?
It's definitely only one creator.
All right. So I saw break down your premise on what you mean by there's more than one God in the Bible.
So I believe that y'all have three separate gods, not three in one, because they all can't do the same thing, unfortunately. All three of them have different policies and different uh, 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 methods and different things that they have to do where they can't even cross the line. So there's definitely a distinct three, and they have to work together as a council. And then I believe the origin of your text would also lead us to a household of 70 other gods under that Most High one.
So
So
are you
there's a
saying,
bunch of gods in your biblical narrative. Yes.
so you're saying what are those three gods that you described? And I don't know if you put three behind it, but you said it was gods that were involved in creation. What are those gods?
So the three that bear record in heaven will be the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And you guys say they move as one, but I can show three distinct things that they can't do separate from each other.
Okay, so the text that you pull verbatim, it comes out the New Testament. So you do know you're giving that as your primary source. So you're making the Bible as it relates to those three entities, you're making the Bible your primary source. So with that being said, it's nothing you can pull out of the Bible that says those three entities are different and are not the same. You might get extra biblical text, but you know that's a whole nother question. But yeah, if you're going by the biblical story, by which I think you are, because your first source was to quote the New Testament, then you have to go by that standard and go by that what's written.
Well, you would have to go by it because that's what you believe in. I would expose it and show you that there's differences in your text. So if you say that that is to be true, then here would be the question. Are you saying that there's no distinction between those three?
So when you say distinction, there are definitely distinctions, but they are not separate entities.
Okay. And then to say that they're the same entity, I would beg to differ there as well. Are you saying that they're one?
Correct.
Okay. So then we have a debate if you'd like to take that debate.
And what's the title of that?
Are the three that bear record in heaven the same being or separate beings?
Okay, so right now we have a tentative topic because I know Gideon is definitely in Worldview Wars debate because he's debated it before, and I know Assam Cars is definitely welcome. So if you guys want to do a debate, one or both of you hit up DMG. You could do the face off, and then we'll see where it goes from there. If that's what you guys
want. We're facing off right now. This is the smoke.
No. Assam Car, you gonna get me. Assam Car, you gonna get me in trouble. This is where there's smoke, there's fire. I cannot take it upon myself to do a face off. I'm just letting you guys out.
No, this is the first press conference.
Now, another debate I would like to have is one that's going on right now. With the civil wars of Kemet, and that would be are the netters literal?
Anything they got. Let's do all the natural real things.
Yeah,
or just kind.
Yeah.
But hold on, Gideon. There's already a debate set up with Sarnetta, with Jabari, and
he said that already. Yeah, so it would be.
Yeah, it would definitely be after.
Yeah.
We would definitely do it after.
All right. So You guys have called each other out. Challenge was accepted. Steve kind of sort of did a call out, a semi call out. So what you guys can do, get with DMG, because both you guys have his information, and see if
You said that already, Zay. We trying to chop it up here, man. Let it go down, baby. So,
Reggie gonna teach y'all methodology for kills him.
right.
I don't want you guys. To
Nah, let him chop it up.
Let us chop it up.
Chop it up. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead. Because
How you gonna make smoke if the stick ain't rubbing together? We gotta rub the sticks together now.
All right. So let me. Okay. So let me just pose a question here to both of you guys. Is Yahweh a pagan deity, which means did he exist?
Oh, we don't really want to.
No, that's a good question. Did he exist before when?
Because it goes into what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, we know Yah exists during the 2000 BC era, and we know he comes from Syria. So, you know,
I don't
we
think
know
Brother
the
Gideon's gonna
order.
agree with that. That's why I asked the question. I want
His
to
Bible say it. You know, his Bible say it say it come from Saran and Paran, right?
but let him
Sidon and
respond to what
Paran
you're
and
saying.
another place.
Let him
Okay,
respond to what you're saying.
So matter of fact, let's put that on the table as a debate topic too, because y'all gonna stop just jumping out the window with these surface level accusations against the Bible that makes no type of sense and can't hold no type of weight or no type of merit when it's put under scrutiny. That what you just said, Assault, was the most absurd thing, bro. If you're like going by the biblical text, bro, like it's no way you would see that. No way.
So here would be that debate, right? Hold up, Jose. Damn, man. Hold tight. So in that case, I would title it like this: It is Yah from Assyria, or did he start in Israel?
I like that.
Yeah, but remember Gideon said in the biblical text. So
That's what he said, but I didn't agree to stay in the biblical text for that debate.
Right.
He said that Yah is from. Are you saying that Yah is from Israel? Is that his origin?
I'm saying Yah is from Assyria. And see, that's the thing. Like, we Israelites, we don't modify our text because we know it was like some absurd things in there. Like, Yah is the God of infinity. Like, he's from everlasting to everlasting. So that's why Steve made sure that you kind of be clear, because if we was to go by according to the Bible, like, a blind man will beat you in that debate. But if you want to open it up and make it more, if you want to open it up, which is totally fine, you will still lose that, because when you take the concept of the Most High, He's not created. So you trying to appoint some type of origin date to Him is going to be kind of hard, because we don't find that nowhere in the archaeological record, nowhere.
So you're saying he's from Israel?
He's not from nowhere, bro. If he made all of this, he's outside of all of this.
So
Right.
what? So then the title would switch then, right? So
does Yahweh have an origin? That would be a good title for that debate. If Yahweh has an origin, that seems like what he's really. And the reason I'm saying that is because we're arguing the origin, but he's saying there is no origin. He's the everlasting one outside.
Yeah, but it started in Syria was my claim, and he was saying, nah, he's an Israelite God. So then the question would be, is he from Israel first, or is he from Assyria? And therein lies the difference. But do you believe? Let me see how we want to run with that.
But he doesn't want. But see, he doesn't want to argue an origin. He's arguing there is no origin.
See, what you're going to do, Asar, is you're going to run to archaeological evidence that shows the earliest attestation of Yahweh.
Based on the name Yahweh, right?
Right. That's not declaring an origin. all you can say as a responsible scholar is the earliest we have of him. So again, if you want to, if you want to base your debate on archaeological finds and try to crowbar that into some type of origin find, then you're gonna have a hard time. I'm just letting you know.
Well, I know what you're going to do. You're going to say he's the God of everything. So before existence comes into being, Yah is creating all things. Then you're going to resort to the biblical text to show how he created things.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure because you're going to be like, see, in the beginning, Yah created, and then we're going to have to go into who created what.
Let's do this. Let's debate, has Yahweh defeated all other gods? And I'm saying yes.
Has Yahweh defeated all other gods?
Talk to me, Asadi. You like that title or no?
Yeah, talk to me. Let's go. Matter of fact, I don't think I ever heard this one put up, and this would be a good debate.
Because I think what he's going to do is run to the Christian narrative and the fact Trump bombing everybody out right now.
Hey, bro, all I'm gonna do, is go to the pudding, and I'm gonna show you the proof in it. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I got to do.
Okay, but
like that, Gideon.
Is this confined to the biblical text, or can other texts be used? Is that what it says in the Bible itself?
Nah, other texts. I mean, I hope he used other texts.
Okay.
I hope someone was speaking his defense.
Extra biblical sources.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody, hold on. DMG is in here. Let's mute out and let DMG say what he has to say. Brother DMG.
Well, two things. First of all, Jose, you got to learn how to turn off the background. This was a whole different show last night, and you still got the background up, brother. What are you doing?
Well,
this is a professional platform, my brother. This is a professional platform.
I don't know, so excuse my ignorance.
Second of all, Jose, listen.
Yes, sir.
Saw made a good point. If you're going to rub these two sticks together to get the fire, you got to let it burn. You on here, you have the autonomy to make the debate.
Well, I didn't know.
Listen,
I don't want to step on
we don't want these two esteemed brothers in the debate community to come up with an idea for a debate and end up having to go to another platform because you saying, wait for DMG. You on my platform, you have the authority. Hold on. Let me get it out, Jose. Let me get it out. You ain't got to argue with me. You just got to listen. You have the authority as somebody who can go live on my platform whenever they want, as long as I ain't got something going on, to make a debate. I want you to know that. You my mans. So if you see some action, let it ride. We not letting a Gideon and a Saw M. Ka debate go somewhere else. So make that debate and tell me later.
Oh, no problem. I just don't want to step on nobody's toes.
I made the debate with a Saw and Gideon. Is what date would you like it? Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, that is not going to be bad news to me. The second thing is, again, Jose, real quick. The second thing is this, and then I'm gonna let you continue to run your panel. Gideon, I don't know if you saw, bro. I text you. I don't know if you got the same number. I inboxed you. I want you to be a part of this all Israelite panel tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, tomorrow is Saturday. What time?
7:15 Central Time. I took the liberty of putting you on the thumbnail just in case.
It's all good, man.
Before that,
you already know. Yeah, I'll be there, bro.
Okay, I got Shasad, Captain K, yourself, and Brother Ash.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll definitely be there, man. I appreciate you inviting me.
No doubt. We're talking about the law, modern living, and Israelite unity.
Oh, okay.
DMG.
Well, DMG, now that we put together an all Hebrew Israelite panel, we had to do a Christian and a Kemetic one too, huh?
I'm working on Kemet as we speak. I'm gonna holler at the Kemet Infomonger and a couple other people. But as far as what you was talking about with Steve, here's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Rue, my man, 100 grand. But if he's saying debates on my platform is rigged, then he should just go debate somewhere else.
Okay, no, hold on. I'm sorry, DMG. On DMG's, I'm sorry, in Silky's chat, I must have read it wrong. He then clarified something about how I present rigged titles. I present rigged topics. He didn't say, so I read it wrong. He's not saying that the platform is rigged. He's saying that I present rigged topics and titles. So
okay, that's cool. I just want a little clarity because that's my guy. But if he's saying debates on my anybody, this go for anybody.
Right.
If you gonna say debates on my platform is rigged, then go debate somewhere else. I ain't got time for that. And the bottom line is, what we know is everybody be cool when they win. They only claim that rigged stuff when they lose.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you can't take a L, I don't even want to see you take a W. So it is what it is.
Here's the other caveat.
Men know how to take L's. Boys don't.
I take an L, but this is the other caveat. He's willing to do a face-off, and I don't know who will moderate that, but he wants nothing to do with Chris. That one is out in the open. Nothing to do with Chris.
Yeah, me and Haru already had that conversation. He can debate on Paradigm Shift. It don't have to be on Worldview Wars Debate League. That's something that I'm letting Chris head up because I don't have the bandwidth.
Mm-hmm.
But and Jose, I gotta ask you, do not, unless it's a Worldview Wars debate or presentation, stream to your channel and Paradigm Shift. I'm trying to let Chris have the autonomy to run Worldview Wars. However, Paradigm Shift still hosts debates. We still host presentations. We still do all of that. So if he want to debate you, Steve, we can do it on Paradigm Shift. It'll be the same. 2 10-minute rounds, 15-minute chin check, 3-minute opening, 3-minute closing.
Okay, so we kind of like have a title. The general title is Creationism versus Atheism, or Atheism versus Creationism. We can narrow down the title and then I guess offer up some premise or two, and then you present the guidelines and we set a date for the debate.
Listen, the premise thing, that's a Chris thing. Y'all ain't even got to do that. We do it the way we always did.
We just do a title.
Unless y'all want to.
No, we just do a title. I gave him my three titles, and then he asked for premises, and then he offered some premises, but I didn't want to affirm or reject because you know what I'm saying. I don't want to give too much information in a back chat, Silky's back chat. So you know, if and I don't see really if we're not going to Worldview Wars, why do I need to provide a premise? The premise is kind of like built into the title. I mean,
now again, if y'all want to do that, you can. I'm not requiring it. If you debating on Paradigm Shift, just have your proposition, and y'all come with who negative and who the affirmative, and we'll go from there.
Okay, but also understand he kind of like understands from the title that I'm coming from a science perspective and not any particular religious text. I'm coming from a science perspective. So yeah. So yeah, let's set it up. We agreed that on Paradigm Shift.
Okay.
So either you or even Jose can moderate, and we know the guidelines for Paradigm Shift. It's non-title, right? So it's not for a title, and it's 10-minute rounds. Yeah. So right. Yeah,
right.
We could do that. All right. So we already had the call out.
Yeah, we
call him out. He called me out. Whatever. Let's do that face off, and we good.
All right, Jose, you good to moderate?
Yes, there's no problem. But you just have to show me how to change the background because I don't know how to do that. So
Yeah, I could tell because I saw the Black Church Files up there. I'm like, Jose doing another Black Church Files? Wait a minute. Jose didn't came over the crowd. I thought you was coming to the end, brother.
But you do approve.
But yeah, listen, if you get a blockbuster like Asar M. Khan versus Gideon, but look, sign on the dotted line and holler at your boy later. We not letting that escape because next thing you know, they'll be over on one of these other channels and they done came up with the debate over here.
I'll be like, let's do it over. You know, I tell you now, we're doing this one over here for my man Paradigm Shift, even though my brother Sal will grab a joint in the middle. We're doing this one here. We got two of them here. Yeah, we do two of them here.
Gideon going, yes?
Yeah, we want to do
I
two of them
appreciate
here.
it. And listen, if you did it over on side, I wouldn't be mad. Now, these rock with you, boy, you know.
No, John, my man, and he got
no,
me
I
funny,
appreciate
but we're
you.
do two
And then
right
we'll talk specifics.
Yeah, for sure. I just saw.
So I have to do. You have to do some debate over here on Paradigm Shift. You gotta.
Yeah, this is straight back for the logo he made me because I'm getting ready to use them logos too.
Yeah, DMG is nice with the graphics. I would rather not.
I'll let you back to your panel, bro. I got.
Oh, you going?
Go ahead, Steve. I didn't hear you.
No, I'm sorry. I would rather not debate Herut so soon, you know, but ain't nobody else. So it's like, whatever. Let's keep the channel going. Let's keep them entertained and keep debates going. That's it. Everybody, you know, want to debate right now. So let's keep it going.
Well,
real quick, let me say, Lalaikum salam to my brother. Hold on, y'all. Let me say Lalaikum salam to my brother Nathaniel Hughes. BB Tume to my man Tahuti Afar. Hey, Tahuti Afar, I was gonna inbox you today, brother. I want to interview you if you open to it. Let me know. Jose, go do your thing, man.
I wanted to get him on.
Hopefully,
so it's good that you're actually getting him on. He has some good presentation. Yeah, so,
I think I want to do so. So you know how I do the Black Church Files. I think I want to do a Going Back to Kemet show, and hopefully maybe he can. If you can host it, Jose, maybe he can be your first guest.
But listen, if you're not, if you do the Going Back to Kemet show, you have to come home, DMG. You have to come home. You have to dress up, put on the Kemet vestments, put on your arm, all that.
Jose, all you got to do is just wake him up. You say, hey, brother Pianki.
Slow down, Speedy.
Brother Pianki, where you at? Pianki, what you doing, brother Pianki? What's going on, brother?
Listen, man. Listen, I just want everybody to know, Pianki Patah Muntu Nefer Amun Ra is still here.
That's
Kemet,
right.
I got Kemet all over my body, yo. So I just want everybody to know I'm marked with Kemet for the rest of my life. So don't forget that. I got the utmost respect for my Kemetic brothers and sisters, except for when they contradict themselves. That's all. But we good to go. So
I got a little wounded. They hit me with a flesh wound.
I'm not even taking shots, Jose. You know, I'm more of a direct. I'm a little more direct. I'm more direct than that. I might hit you with a subliminal, but not tonight, Jose. I'm taking it easy on you. I've been going hard on you the last few days. I'm taking it easy on you today.
I appreciate it.
It's Friday. It's Friday. I got my medicine. You know what I mean? That natural stuff.
So apparently,
we taking it easy, baby.
Apparently
we
tomorrow,
taking it easy, baby.
Apparently on Sunday, I'm going to be called out by JJ 7000 personality. I don't know which one's going to be talking, but I'm going to get called out, and I guess we'll deal with that when that happens.
Man, Nick Amali Mandinga Molly wants your head on the platter, brother. Of course, not hypothetically, but metaphorically speaking, of course. Well, he wants your head on the platter, man. So I hope I hope you're ready to hit the panel when he call you out, man.
You gonna be honest with you, DMG? I'm gonna be honest with you.
I really don't, because I know what you're gonna say. I really don't.
Hold on. I am not keen on doing the debate, but if you insist that I do the debate, I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you, DMG. If you want me to do the debate, I'll do it. But I'm not too keen on really doing the debate.
Listen. Jose Francis versus JJ7K. We're not doing nothing about the netters being real though, because we're not gonna step on. Even though I don't think it would step on Sa-Netta debate anyway, but we don't even want that compare and contrast. So if that's the debate he wants,
and we can't do,
if that's the debate he wants, we won't be doing that till after.
And we can't do return and sacrifice either, because I'm supposed to do that with Kasai. So we can't do those two topics right now.
Okay. Well,
I'll do it.
I will say this. Kasai gonna be a while because he got something coming up with Jabari on the Exodus. So y'all can do retain the sacrifice. I ain't tripping.
All right, let's do that. But I'm only doing this because you want the debate. I'm not too keen on doing it for myself, but I'm gonna do it for you because I know you want that debate. You want your boy to jump in there. And it's gonna be the fire-breathing gorilla.
You got to get off the fence. Look, I got my Malcolm X shirt on, man. By any means, we making debates by any means necessary.
That's right.
All right, okay. For you, I'll go do the debate.
So, all right, brother. Jose, go on finish your show, man. I just had to jump on right quick, man. I saw the Kim and M from Munga up here. I saw him, Kyle, my man Gideon. So continue to do what you do, Jose. I'm happy you were part of the platform. Even though you know you be trying to do me dirty sometimes, I'm glad you part of the platform, man.
But I'm here for it. Man. I appreciate it.
I don't know what you got them. I gotta ask you this though, brother. For people who've seen my brother Jose thumbnail, I can't explain why he got them clear people on the thumbnail. I very rarely have clear people on this platform.
You know why? It's racist. It's racist ChatGPT. It's not me. It's racist.
Not that I'm against clear people being on the platform. I'm not. I've had clear people on the platform before, and I will have clear people again. I just don't know what my brother was doing with that thumbnail. He should have came to his brother. I would have made him a fly thumbnail, but he got the clear people on there looking like they scared of black people. I don't know what's going on.
Well,
I don't know what's going on, Jose. I don't know what's going on.
Here's what I'll do. Since you offered, I'll let you make a thumbnail, send it to me, and for episode 2, we'll have a better.
I got you. I'm gonna make you a stock thumbnail that you can add human characters to and all of that, and you'll be straight. Listen, I got Free Smoke Friday coming up in about 4 or 5 hours, and I'm calling out anybody who want the smoke. So when you come up, when you hit the panel, tell me who you want free smoke with, and I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you talk your talk. Long as you ain't talking about my big bro Sa-Netta, you ain't talking about my little bro Garfield. I think I'm older than Garfield. And taking no personal shots and things of that nature. If you got free smoke, come up and speak your speech.
All right, Ben.
But Jose, no more clear women. No more clear women. No more clear women, Jose. You got to stay away from them clear women, man. Your queen is my sister. I don't think she would appreciate you dealing with clear women like that.
White women and poor, according to the Muslims. So from now on, DMG, anytime I have an idea, I'm gonna let you do the thumbnail because I'm not the thumbnail master. I'm not the graphics expert.
Yeah.
I try. So I'm gonna let you do that because that's something you do, but way better than me. So, but let me ask you a question. You have anybody you want to call out? You have anybody you want to call out?
Free smoke? Listen, I want to call out the one and only, the mighty, the legendary Mandinka Molly. He want this smoke on black existentialism again. And I'm going to go ahead and give him that work again. I don't know why my brother is a glutton for punishment. I don't know why my brother don't know what Africana critical theory is, but I'm here to teach him. So JJ, listen, you the Paradigm Shift TV 314 champ, right? You got the big gold belt. Listen, brother, I'm not one of these cats that want to be the champ of my own network. So we not gonna put the title on the line, bro. I'm gonna let a Sorum Kyle or the Kemet Infomonger take that from me. If y'all have that type of debate, or you may retain the title, JJ. You may retain the title. He said keep the show going for a Kemet takeover.
They think you starting out big though. He be on that sometimes.
Shout out to hey Jose. I know I was messing with JJ, but Tahuti Afar just gave me an idea. What if instead of going back to Kemet, we call it the Kemet takeover?
We could do that. We could do that.
I like that. Shout
I
out
only
to
mess
that
with Teofimo Lopez, but I'm with that. Yo, come on.
You know, and
with it, baby.
And look, Jose, we could still hit him. We could still hit him with the track, though. You know what I mean?
Where we going with it? Now where we going with it?
Going back to
Yo, where we going with it? Going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time. How many years? About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack. I'm going back to Kemet, styling, profiling. It's been a long time. How many years? About 3,000. Man, we got to bring it back. The days and times of living is getting whack. I seen kingdoms come and I seen kingdoms fall. You could check it for yourself. You could read it on the wall like graffiti on the wall. Metal nets is what it's called. I taught y'all in the past, now I'm back to teach you all how to elevate and repent from filthy ways. I know it's hard, but it feels good to fast for 30 days. I got y'all searching for the land that's across the burning sands, where the men turn into gods and the gods turn into men. The jewel of the Nile is in the motherland. Each one teach one, so go tell your brother, man. You're feeling down, then you got to snap back like a rubber band. Lord, going back to Kemet, stop.
Hey man, that is one of the hardest. I don't care what nobody's saying. Then listen, I went on the Temple of Ani website, and the brother only charging like $1 for it. Like, bro, he charging $1 for that song, bro.
We all should
listen. Hey, you got to listen, man. If y'all, you need to just go get it, just on the fact that it's only $1. Salute to that brother, man. I always mess up his name, so I ain't gonna butcher it today. But go on the Temple of Ani website. Shout out to my sister Minyette. She a practitioner out of the Temple of Ani. Yeah, go get that. That is classic. And the brother did it like back in the, I want to say early 2000s.
Yeah, that was wild, though.
Yeah, it sounds like it's still hit today though.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I like that Kemet takeover idea. I think I'm gonna start working on a logo, and we just got to figure out what day you're gonna do it, Jose.
Any day you're ready. You know that. Anytime you're ready, not a problem.
Yeah, and what I need you to do is line up some actual guests. I don't want nobody with no Kemetic name that ain't actually Kemetic. That's one of them weird. It's weird, man. Like what? Why you got a Kemetic name?
Right.
And you don't practice, huh?
Yeah,
you don't practice.
Not only not practice it, but you low key be hating on it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's weird to me, bro.
Like the atheistic ones. I mean, I don't get it. How can you be an atheist? You so-called Kemet too, but you atheistic.
You know
Those
what?
people weren't atheists. They
weren't
atheists. Yeah.
Well, there are some atheists in ancient Kemet, but even though there's atheists, like there's a song that the believers sing to the atheists, and there's a song that the atheists sing back to the believers in ancient singing. You read ancient Egyptian literature. So,
but no,
you know, it's there.
I'm not even knocking them being atheists. I'm saying they knock practitioners. That's weird to me.
They got
why
nothing
would
to do
you
with
have it like Madan Kemet? My boy Madan Kemet, who got that work before. I'll be like, Madan, why you got the Kemet in your name, bro?
Like, he's black.
You a full-blown Hebrew. Why you got the Kemet in your name, bro?
Because he's black.
Hey, listen, go to my man, or that could be a sister, I don't know. Put Free Carmelo, and I want to say this. Look, go to my Substack. I do have an article coming up on not only how they criminalize black victims, like, you know, Trayvon Martin get hunted down and murdered by the coward George Zimmerman, but on the news, all we see is Trayvon smoking weed, holding a gun, etc. The same thing they did with the young brother who Rick Child killed. I got an article coming out on Substack comparing and contrasting how this Carmelo Anthony trial went versus the Rick Child trial. It's funny to me that they took that man and his son word for this young brother pulling a gun, but Asar grew up like I grew up. Steve probably grew up like I grew up. Jose probably grew up like I grew up. When you aim a gun, you ain't pointing it like this. You pointing it like this. But the young brother got shot in the back. Make that make sense. But the jury took him and his son word talking about the boy pointing a gun at him. How you point a gun at somebody and get shot in the back? But okay, right. You look at what they did with Carmelo. I'm not here to say whether the young brother is guilty or innocent. What I'm saying is the time they gave him was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the fact that in the same country, this man gets away with murder, but you sentence this young boy to basically what amounts to 40 years in prison.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, look at two things, right? One, he told the dude he didn't want no smoke. And then after he got that and stabbed him, you still give it to him like he wasn't getting threatened to get put out in the rain. Hold up.
Yeah. And I believe the young brother was like 5'8", 5'9", something like that. These brothers was over 6 feet. It was two of them plus some other people. I just think it's crazy, and it is what it is. So yeah, if y'all not if you on Substack, look up the Infamous Perspective with your brother, the infamous DMG, and check that out. They'll be coming out. I have them out by Monday. They ready to go. I just haven't posted them yet, but I got to proofread and all that good stuff.
Are you gonna start to do a segment where the Infamous Perspective? When are you gonna bring that back, DMG?
It'll be next month. I got a lot going on at the crib, so it'll be next month when I get the bandwidth. I got to make sure my co-hosts, Light Brown and Cookie, they ready to go. I'm probably gonna have one of them on each segment instead of having a 3-person panel. But basically, we'll talk about a particular issue. We'll open up the chat, walk it out with the fam, and we'll go from there. So, yeah, hopefully y'all will be tuning in for that. But Jose, my mans, I did my job. You went from 6 viewers to 15 because, I brought that big beard energy for you, man. So go on, finish your show. And
what happened to my beard, boy? My beard ain't there?
Nah, it ain't there yet, man. If it was there, you would have already had 15 people. But, look, I just said I was leaving and you lost 2. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
I know.
But yeah, finish your show, bro. Appreciate you holding it down, and
I appreciate you too.
Yeah, man. Let's see when we can get a date for Gideon and Assault, bro.
Well, Gideon going. I don't know what happened to Gideon, but Gideon like he.
Oh yeah, and I think Gideon wants some smoke with you anyway.
Yeah, but he can't call me out on my show. He can call me out on your.
He can call you out on your. He can call you out on your show.
No, the reason I'm saying that is I want to keep it objective.
Don't be. Hold up, Jose, man. You can't be making up no biased rules, bro. You want somebody that's man enough to come on your show and call you out, brother. What he can't do on your show or mine is just blatantly disrespect you. But he can call you out for a debate.
You know what? You're right, because I don't run from debate, so I need to
Facts. My man.
I've never done that.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll do that. And I'll let you handle the graphics for the next one. And we'll see who comes out of Woodwork to call me out. Because you already got JJ calling me. I don't know what he's gonna call me out on. Steve might call me out just to call me out.
I'm not gonna call you out. You getting all these debates. I hardly got one. I don't know, but I don't know.
I think JJ finna get you on that retainer sacrifice, bro.
Never. There's no primary source on retainer sacrifice nowhere in ancient Kemet. Some archaeologists made that up.
You say it wasn't happening?
I'm saying, from what I read,
right,
they are making something up based on one little piece of scrabble.
Right.
That they don't even know what it is. It's barely readable. Then they find people, they say, well, his teeth say that he suffocated. So the pharaoh murdered everybody, took them in the grave, and say, you coming with me because I need servants in the afterlife. And they presented one flimsy piece of evidence, and every other word was possible and probable.
Well, they said
they only have 2 to 3 monarchs that they're talking about that they think did it. Nothing past that.
When Shaka Zulu's mother died, that he sacrificed like some of his people, the Zulu people or something like that. So
but that's not Kemet, so we don't want to bring that up.
It's still Africa, and my question would be, what difference does it really make?
The difference is you're arguing retainer sacrifice in Kemet. And if you can't prove it in Kemet,
what difference does it really make? Just like the homosexual piece. When if I was able to join at that point, I was on my phone, I wasn't on my laptop. If I would have just said,
hey, Steve,
what difference does it make? Yeah.
Well, I backed off on that anyway. I didn't even address it.
So what?
Hey, Steve, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Steve. Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out, Steve. I believe it was this was, remember I told you I did a presentation against BK?
Yeah, you told me.
I don't know if you remember that, Jose. My presentation against BK was because BK brought up retainer sacrifice.
Oh, retainer
and
sacrifice.
My counter to that was this. If there was retainer sacrifice, which it from what we can see, it probably was. We're talking about 30 dynasties, and we say the first 2 had retainer sacrifice, and none
not even
of
the first 2. Not even the first.
In the grand scheme of Kemet, it literally means what the gnat I just killed upstairs mean. That's my point.
True point.
Well, that's if they could even prove it, because it's not 100%.
You hold up, Jose, because it seemed like you sensitive about it, and you shouldn't be. I'm saying, in the grand scheme of Kemet, if the first 2 dynasties, or the third and the second and the third dynasty, whichever one, I forget which one they saying did it, whichever one it was, what difference do it make out of 30 dynasties and a 3,000-year history? You telling me that in 100 years or less than 100 years, this may or may not have happened? It don't mean nothing.
I'm with you on the idea, but if we're talking facts, I don't want people to just make up something because they're against Kemet and make a disingenuous argument. If you got proof, bring proof. Don't misread an article that I read 7 months ago and argue me down to the ground that is saying the Nasut was murdering people. That's not what it is. They said, we think that this happened because it looked suspicious. I'm not allowing nobody.
Hey, we got.
He left. He's back. He's back.
We got Tahuti Afar in the building. Let that brother rock. I gotta go, Jose. But continue your show.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Great job, Jose. I appreciate you, bro. Salute to all the
I
brothers on the
appreciate you
panel.
more. Yeah. So
BB Toomey,
talk to me.
how y'all doing?
BB Toomey, my brother, talk to me.
Just having a good evening. I'm glad y'all are here because I went from channel to channel now that I had some time, and everybody is talking about Abraham and the belief system of Abraham. It's like, oh my goodness.
Sickening,
I need a break. Yeah, I need a psychological break from that because it's
now Tahuti, you see you're getting a link up to come in. So the brother gonna email you and bring you in. So that's just beautiful.
I'm not trying to debate because a lot of these debates have already been won. I definitely understand the infotainment part of it, but I'm not here to debate. I'll give some presentations. I'll take some interviews and take some smoke or whatever. But that's as far as it's gonna go because it's too many people that just give us the information that we need.
I agree with you, but here's the problem. People are trying to make assertions that are not supported by actual facts. They're not reading text, they're reading commentary and then try to argue you down.
Right.
And to tell you
it's
that this and that, but how can you do that if you don't know? You don't know where to go to read the text. When I do pull up a text for you, all of a sudden now, you start to stammer and stutter because you don't even know what I'm talking about. You're making a literal argument. You're saying that the text was destroyed because scholars say that. But at the same time, I pull up a text, which is the Papyrus of Ani, as they call it, which is the most well-preserved text, one of the most well-preserved texts, and it was destroyed. In the book, he tells you we destroyed it. So now we're trying to make up for it. We're trying to bring it out and make it better so you can understand it. Some of the words.
Yeah, they play games.
Regardless of how much you say is matched up and scratched up. Some of the world's most complete texts were found in ancient Kemet. They tell you that. They tell you these medical texts are texts that mention the brain and spinal fluid and things. So no matter how matched up you think they are, they're able to reconstruct them from other texts. When you don't,
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Jose. Do you think they are sincere? Do you think it's sincere confusion, or do you think they're engaging in some type of respectability politics?
I think that they just don't understand that when texts are being reconstructed and you read the text, they tell you in the text, we found this somewhere else, so we reconstructed it from another text.
How about y'all? What do y'all think about that? Steve and Asar and Ka.
Yes,
y'all think they just playing games, or you think they humbly confused?
I think it's a particular bias that and the bias may have to do with indoctrination and history, literally the story of the conquerors, how the conquerors, they tell their story, and this is what they learned in school, in grade school, in high school. They probably didn't do much research in college, and this is what they learned in the church. This is what their religious text says. This is what their religious book says. They've been indoctrinated by this, and that's what they repeat. I don't think that they wouldn't research it much, because their religious text tells them not to research it. Their religious text tells them to only deal with what it says in their text. Don't look at nobody else's text, and what anybody else says is evil. So it's stereotypical as well that, it's because of what they say. They say that Kemet or Egypt is bondage, and the ancient Egyptians, enslaved the Hebrews and all of this. And there's no real historical fact about what they're talking about. And, as clearly defining as you attempt to do, Tehuti, afar, explaining or defining what it means to be a slave. You know what I mean? So it's just their bias and indoctrination and their religious hypocrisy.
And that's a good point, Steve, because even scholars argue on if there's actually a word for slavery in ancient Kemet. They use the word hem, but then there's an argument on what it actually means, if it means a servant or if it means a slave. They're not exactly, according to the scholars, they're not sure what the word means. The word also is used for the Nasut as majesty. So how can he be a slave if he's the absolute leader of the country? When they don't read, they don't know that, Steve. They don't read text to know what hem means. Hem means servant. It means majesty. It's in wife. It's in wife. It's in husband. So they don't understand the concept. That the concept is actually saying you are a servant with no choice. You are hemnecha. You are a servant with no choice. You have to deal with this particular thing that you have taken on as a priest. And when they're dealing with the he was the highest of high priests. Asar, I don't know what pool you're swimming in, Asar, but you need to do something about that. Because you sound like you're swimming through water.
I'm driving in the truck right now. So you're going to get me like kind of scream a little bit, right?
Yeah, you're coming up better now.
I'll tell you straight up and down. I'll tell you straight up and down. A lot of this is not because they're indoctrinated. Some of it is, without question. But some of these cats are just up here deliberately on the attack. Just have haters in communities. That's what it is. And so, whether they disbelieve or do believe or have doubts and whatever, it's a matter of they don't want to be African. They don't want to claim Africa. They don't want any connection between their lineage and home. And they much prefer to say, I'm an American only. And so their nationality comes into conflict with their lineage. and when you have a lineage nationality conflict, you have a problem. And so they much rather claim something from here, which is why you'll see them switch from Christianity to Islam, from Islam to Judaism, from that to even Buddhism or Hinduism, which is crazy, but it's going to do that. I'm telling you, because you could have been an epoch, you could have been in a time, you could be a part of the history. It's a lot of ways to get home, but if you're embarrassed about being African, this is why we urge you to look at being Egyptian, because this is black civilization at its finest, and when it controls the world and all the occupations that you see from doctors to mechanical engineers such as Imhotep, who created dams and what have you, it's all there from the very first science of astronomy. So when you see Senegal, it was, with Hatshepsut and others even before him. There's other ones. So if you have an identity crisis and you ever just say, let me give it a chance, you can see what's really going on and you can get your mind right.
But Asar, Christianity is not American. Islam is not American. And they need to understand the history of what they're saying. Most people don't even understand that when these Muslims came in to Egypt, because it was Egypt at the time, they were getting their eyes shot out. They were being maimed. They were being dragged away with one eye or both eyes shot out. So our Kemetic brothers were saying, we don't want this nowhere around here. Correct? They were shooting their eyes out. And eventually, when they gained power, the first thing they said was, you black, crispy, critter, zinj niggas had to give us all your good, healthy men so we can enslave them. When you don't read the text, you don't know that. You're just going along with this ideology, and you're not understanding all of these people, Tariq and all these people who you see was running around with Islam, murdering people, were slaves. Correct? Or am I right or am I wrong? They were enslaved and they were running around with quote unquote power, but they were enslaving you. But they don't tell you that our Nubian brother said, "Not today, Mr. Arab," and was shooting their eyes out and beating them so badly. So we have to understand the pushback that our black brothers gave these people when they came there. Because they couldn't, they couldn't get the Greeks, but they were able to deal with these Arabs. So we have to understand the history. Stop letting people tell us we accepted something. No, we didn't. There was a fight. They ran down there and started saying Allahu Akbar and doing what they was doing. They came with a sword. Why people don't understand what the Crusades was Muslims and Christians fighting. Whoever won the Crusades was the ones who ended up being the dominant religion. They didn't come there, shake your hand, kiss you, tell you love you. No, they were fighting. People was getting slaughtered. So why don't they accept that history?
Other than so also when they embrace Africa, I don't think that a lot of people either they don't want to admit they don't, or either they don't know or they don't want to admit that the spiritual system of ancient Kemet is traditional Black African. Like they seem to forget that part, as Asar M. Khan mentioned, the Akan, the Yoruba. So it's very similar to the other traditional Black African spiritual traditions.
I said that too, Steve. I said that too.
But they don't want to admit that, but that's what it is. It's a Black African traditional spiritual system. That's what it is. So when the so-called Christians now, and I have nothing against them, they're my brothers, when they say, oh, their ancestors are Africa, or they're from the African, they're from that Christianity comes from an African tradition or something like that, or they're reclaiming their ancestry or something along those lines. But you're forgetting to also remember that the Kemetic spiritual tradition is Black African. It's a traditional African spiritual system. The same for the Hebrews. So some brothers, the brother who was up here before, they talk about, that they are an ancestor, they're an African ancestor. But then, but you're not a traditional African spiritual system. You're not a polytheistic system. So, okay.
You see, Steve, the argument has been made by my brother DMG.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
I want to invite my brother Nathaniel Hughes up to the panel. If he hit the panel, y'all please keep it respectful with the brother here. Respectful brother. Looking to dialogue. He is Orthodox Muslim. But brother, if you're available, hit the panel and chop it up. All right, I'm going.
But DMG has made the argument that it's been there long enough to be considered. How should I say?
Christianity is a traditional.
No. I wouldn't say traditional. Maybe I'm making the argument that it's sort of well, put it this way: it's a tradition. Not you understand what I'm saying? It's a tradition. I'll say. I'll leave it at that.
Is it polytheistic? I have no issues being called a pagan, a polytheist. They could put all the negative epithets that they want on me. It doesn't matter to me, but they don't want them. They have issues with them. They have issues with being called a polytheist. And I don't think that they're clear on what a polytheist and what a monotheist is, but they have issues.
Do you know why, Steve?
Because
according to them, their book only has one creator.
Right. And they're scared of going to hell. They scared of hell. They think they're going to burn in hell and all this other nonsense.
But how can you say that, Steve? Yeah. If the book has the word for God, but it's plural, so it's not God, it's gods. According to them, Elohim is plural.
Right. So that's another thing. They say there's only one God, and then they say,
but there's only one God.
And then there were gods in ancient Egypt. You see what I'm saying?
Let us make man in our image and our likeness.
I didn't write it. I didn't write it.
That's in their text. Let us make man in our image and our likeness. So who is our?
Don't ask me the question.
Our is plural,
Yes.
so which means that they're gods.
I can
They
answer.
also have angels. So what's an angel?
Well,
they also have saints. So what did he say?
I guess the Elohim.
Sliding door open.
My brother, Daniel Hughes is in the building. Maybe he can
Assalamu
chime in. Assalamu alaikum salam. Maybe he can chime in on the idea of polytheism. Because I will agree, to be honest, I don't think that Islam represents itself as being polytheistic at all. Because the word that they have for God is not a plural word. It means the God.
Right.
And they definitely do not bind any other being with
That's
their,
right.
with their. And here's the interesting part. If I am an Arab-speaking Christian, do you know I have to use the word Allah because there's only one word for God in Arabic?
That's right.
There's
It's
no-
in the Arabic Bible, actually.
There's no other word, which is very interesting. So that means I am praising the same God that the Muslims are praising, as well as the Hebrews, but they have an argument about God. But there's only one God, literally, in Arabic. There's only one word that they use for God. So what is the beef?
The way that the Africans practice, they may go to the same mosque, but in their town or in their village, the way that they practice Islam is different than the way that the Arabs practice Islam.
It might be. I don't want to say no.
Africans. I've spoken to Africans, and they tell me that tradition comes first. So believe it or not, within the maybe the same very ones, even in the mosque, within their traditions, believe it or not, there's aspects of a voodoo that's still there. Particularly those Black Africans. I don't know about see that's the other part. That them Christians, guess what? They practice their own version of voodoo. When they close that damn door, they still doing their nonsense or whatever they claim to be evil or what they still doing it. Them Hebrews, they still doing it because they know that's where the power is. They still doing it. The Muslims, guess what? They still doing it because nothing against Muslims. Let's just
But
be
you're not gonna get in trouble, right? Because
no, I ain't gonna get in no trouble. Let's be honest. Muslims still practice animal sacrifice up to this day. Hebrews still practice animal sacrifice up to this day. And the people who practice animal and they'll rationalize it. Well, I'm doing it in the name of Allah, so it's not paganism. Oh, I'm doing it in the name of Christ, so it's not paganism. It's not because I'm doing it in the name of Christ, or I'm doing it in the name of Yah, or I'm doing it in the name of whoever. But when somebody else is doing the very same thing, it's polytheistic, it's evil, it's wicked, and they're worshiping the devil. But they doing the same thing you're doing.
But here's something interesting, Steve. You could never ever tell a Christian that they practice magic. You can't tell a Muslim that they practice magic.
Can't tell them what?
You can't tell a Christian that they practice magic and they say spells.
They do practice magic.
Don't they?
They do. But they'll call it magic. They won't call it voodoo because voodoo is evil and wicked. It's the same thing you're doing.
So you saying with that, hold on, I just want to ask a question because I don't know anything about Plymouth. So you saying that when the Muslims and the Christians sacrifice, or the Muslims and the Jews rather, when they sacrifice animals, they're doing it as a pagan ritual?
They're doing it for whatever ritual they're doing it for, but it's the same thing. They're sacrificing animals. It's the same thing.
So you're just talking about the act itself, not the intention or whatever that's behind it.
Not the rationale. They're rationalizing it, not the rationale for doing it. I'm talking about the act itself. And the other part, see, some people who don't know, they don't either they don't want to admit or they just don't know. After you sacrifice that animal, whatever you do with that blood, you do whatever with that blood. But then you feed that animal to your congregation, right? I look at very rarely.
Usually it's poor people or something like that. It's usually given to charity, but yeah, but the meat is given after the animal is drained.
Right,
the meat is consumed. It's not left on any altar. And I've seen sacrifices at the mosque. I've never seen them have like an altar set up or, you know, generally like they just kill the animal, hang it up to where, you know, they cut the throat and then they let it bleed out and then they clean the animal, separate, you know, process it and then.
But you also say prayer. You also have to say prayer in order to get Allah. So
you have to.
A couple things when you talk about the prayer and why we
right.
Well, it's not.
That's an ancient African.
We're not hearing
Okay,
you,
so
sir.
I'm not
I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
but
I'm sorry, we
we
can't hear
talk
you.
about
We can't hear you.
we talk about the ancient African tradition, including in ancient Kemet to east part of West Africa. We say prayer and we bless the food because we want our ancestors to eat with us. So it's in remembrance of them and sustenance of you. When you say prayer and it's also for the nature. If you have a God, you guys say it for the sake of the God and for the sustenance of you. But what you do is you turn around and demonize the source you got it from, as if saying it for that particular God is evil because your gods are jealous, and your gods make those statements about being jealous. So the food is going for the same reason and to the same sources to the people who are going to eat it, and for the respect of the ancestors who showed you how to get the food in the first place. This is
okay.
why
So
this is why you guys looked upon as demonizers of things that you don't understand. And a lot of Muslims don't understand African tradition, even though they've been next to Africa for years, or they don't care about the tradition because what they say about the Quraysh always running Islam. Go ahead, bro.
okay, so I like I said, I don't know anything about Kemet or I know a little bit about Egyptians, but I don't know much. So I'm really just learning. I'm just asking questions. So you're saying that we got animal sacrifice from Kemet?
From inner Africa, and if you're a Muslim, more than like, yeah.
Hello?
That's where that tradition stems from. Even the language from Sahidic to Boharic to Arabic is the tradition that they come from linguistically. You got modern Egyptians who are mostly from Jordan and from the Persian era claiming the ancient African tradition right now, almost ready to leave Islam over it, knowing that it's not theirs initially, they just live there today. So
yeah, right. I agree with that. We know the Sirah of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. We know when the golden age of Islam spread, and we know when the Muslims went over and conquered Egypt. So it's a fact that Arabs weren't in Egypt before that. If they were like travelers or merchants or whatever, but it wasn't like a population center where they, for example, when Omar ibn al-Khattab went into Alexandria and all of that, it wasn't any of that until the 7th century. So yeah, I actually argued with some Arabs over that. So, yeah.
Because we had the Hittite invasion, so we don't want to count out that because the Hittite when they come over, which we should call for everybody listening, we should call the Amu invasion when the Hittite come over in about 12th in some timelines and the 15th in other timelines dynasty. So yep.
Around the 11th or 12th, right? Around the 11th or 12th, something like that, right? I think around 11th or 12th was when they first came in, if I'm not mistaken.
So what was your question? I couldn't hear because I was driving.
No, I'm asking, are you saying that we got sacrifice from that tradition?
Yeah,
of course.
From the tradition of from the African tradition that you're talking about. Are you saying that Muslims got that from the African tradition?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say.
Okay, so what's the evidence for that?
Let me ask you this question, Nathaniel. Are you aware?
That would be the fact that.
Hold on.
So the evidence.
Hold on. Let me ask him a question. Are you aware of how African Arab culture is? Do you know that even multiple wives is something that is an African culture? They got that from.
Yeah, I know that polygamy is a part of the African culture as well.
Even to the point where they use terms like dark, black, and red. That is an African idea that has been throughout Africa for the longest time. From Kemet to West Africa, all of the, even Ethiopia, they use these terms to describe darker skin and anyone who is lighter than dark skin. That is where it
Okay,
comes
so what's the evidence though that Islam got their animal sacrifice from Kemet?
Their language and all is
So the
something that's
tradition,
considered. The language,
yeah, but
even their language is
you're
considered
talking
to
figuratively
be
right now, though.
medullary.
You need to get to
No,
the
but I'm
spot.
saying
No,
by
I
the
mean
language.
literally, like, is there some historical
I know,
record or
that's what I'm trying to
document
get to
or
for you.
Yes, there is.
anything
So
like that
there's,
that says specifically that humans, not human sacrifice, but animal sacrifice in Islam came from Kemet?
We know it
but we
did.
watched
That's my
Darius the
question.
First, right? So we watched the original Arabs come over, the Persians, into ancient Egypt and learn the traditions from them with Darius the First, being the first. He was told by Izzy Horata, how do you say our brother's name? Because I can't remember his name right off the spot. Coming from one of the medical papyrus where it talks about the medical thing that he taught the Persians in that book, and he's talking to Darius initially, and he's telling them how they get their medical information and how they get their sacrifice information. And the first thing he needs them to do in order to teach the wealthy amongst his people who will pay him to do it is to set up the per army so he can do the Necharu again. He can set up the Necharu again.
Okay,
Then
so
the first
let me
people
just track
hold up,
you
I'm
real
not
quick.
done.
So,
I'm not done, brother. I'm
okay.
not done. So when the Quraysh, who are your first inhabitants of Islam, start to move over to the Arabian Peninsula and set up shop, these are your first folks who do it. The other portion would be in your own book and in the Bible, right? Because that's where y'all really want to hear it from. That's when you
No,
can
I'm listen. Like I said, I don't know anything about, but none of this Kemet. So I'm learning,
right.
and I got the notebook out. I'm taking notes.
That's what I'm telling you right now. But put your peepers on right now and write it down if you need to. This way you have it. So when it comes to your Quranic and biblical text, it says Abraham's wife, who was Egyptian, walks to where? The desert. Now, you should know this through Islam because this is where you get Tawaf from. So she's walking back and forth through the desert. She does it 7 times until water pops up, and then she gets water. She's of the Egyptian tradition, so she already knows why and how to say grace over food in an Egyptian manner. Moses doesn't even make it to Israel, but he stays with his Nahesi, his Nubian wife, and died in her original land. So all of these things are right. All of your ancestors are coming out of Egypt with practices already. And we know they're coming out of those practices already because as soon as Moses went upstairs to talk to Yahweh on Mount Nisa, they asked Aaron to make them gods from Kemet, and he made them a Heru, a golden calf. Now there's a real one in the Sinai Peninsula. And we can see that because it looks like a temple of Hatshepsut in the Sinai Peninsula, which they said was not made by Egyptians, but those who were traveling away from Kemet into a different land, Israel, supposedly. So we know how you get over to Arabia. We know where this stuff comes from. So this would be from your text. In your text, the Quran, what happens to Abraham's wife? Tell me. And where is she from? And it got quiet. All right.
Where'd brother go? He did?
Yeah. So, yeah, if you look at the story of Sarah, you know she's going to travel 7 times back and forth And this
No,
is
no, no,
why
no, no. There's no doubt. Like when we go on Hajj, we make tawaf.
Exactly.
Right, so we make tawaf around the Kaaba, and what you're talking about when she's running back and forth, that's not tawaf. That's where you run back and forth between the two mountains, is what you're talking about. So when we incumbent the Kaaba, that's something different, right? But when you run between the two mountains, we're imitating what Hagar actually did with in the text in Quran. Okay.
Yeah, we just covered that, right?
Right.
Yeah, so that's what she does. She goes back and forth 7 times.
Yeah, I was just clarifying that that's not tawaf. Tawaf is, I think, you go around the Kaaba, right? I could be wrong though, but tawaf, I think, is when you actually go around the Kaaba.
Part of her circumvention and going back and forth 7 times.
Yeah.
That's a particular part of her going around 7 times. So that's a particular locality in that seven time transition. There's another part we do something else, another part we do something else. So it's part of the 7 times that she walks back and forth.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. Let me write that down. So, but what was you saying about Darius, the Persian Darius? Did you mention him?
Darius the First gets his rituals from I can never remember our brother's name. He was a Sanu, he was a doctor in ancient Egypt. We call him Sanu, right?
Right.
And he says, I'll teach your people how to be doctors if you help me restore the Qur'an, the houses of light, the places of worship for the Netcharu.
Okay.
We know in the house of the Netcharu, you have to feed the Netcharu. And he talks about that. Now I can give the offering. Now I can do this, right? The offering is the food. So Darius is a first-hand person physically there to watch how he does this. And that's how he learns. And Darius, even though he's Persian, wanted to be, it looked like he wanted to be a Shamsu. And he became a Shamsu. And so he like the Ramesh, like the Teardrop Saraj. This is him.
Okay, so you do understand that Darius the Persian is not a Muslim, right? Like,
no, he's the first Arab. Remember,
first. Okay, so
yeah,
my original question was, what was the evidence?
Go ahead.
What was the evidence that Islam gets animal sacrifice from Egypt? Because Islam doesn't follow Darius, and in fact, in the seerah of the Muslims, they actually defeat the Persians, right?
But Persians are who? Their cousins?
Persians are Persians. Okay, so listen, in the 7th century, Persians are Persians. They're not Arabs. Persia, hold on. Persia doesn't become Arab until after the 7th century. Right? Before that, and we know that from the letters of Rasulullah sallam, when he invited them to Islam, they were still Persians. And I think the name of the Persian king at that time was like Kisra or something like that. And he sent him a letter. He laughed at him. And he said those illiterate Arabs. Hello?
Yeah, keep going.
So he said those illiterate Arabs that came out of Mecca think that they could tell me. They could tell me something about a God, right? And he basically tells them, I am God, right? So eventually, after the death of Rasulullah, after the death of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Muslims defeat the Byzantine Empire, which were the Romans, and they also defeated the Persians.
Yeah,
so the Muslims are not Persian. I just want to clarify that the Muslims are not Persian.
Islam. Yeah, you talk about the conversion of Persian to Islam, but what you fail to address is how they eat their food and where they got it from. So if I'm telling you about a doctor who's also a priest, who is showing the Persian individual how we make the offerings, which is how to say grace over the food and how to slaughter the animals to give to the natural, we've got evidence. Because guess Persians ended up? Persians ended up in Arabia, scrapping with Arabs, right? In fact, the Kaaba, before you start circumambulating it, like Hagar, was filled with natural or idols, correct?
It was filled with 360 idols before
Right.
Muhammad
Now,
sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
see how,
Yes.
yeah. So if I give a whole narrative about how the idols got in there, we're off topic. We're talking about how they learned how to take grapes and to slaughter the animals. We're talking
Right.
about
So my evidence for where animal sacrifice comes from is different. I've never heard that Muslims got animal sacrifice from Persia. That's why I'm asking. And then when you brought up Darius, I will agree that it's the same region, but before Muslims conquered Persia, they weren't calling themselves Arabs. They were calling themselves Persians. Even when they fought
they were
against
calling themselves Syrians. They were calling themselves
even in ancient Rome, when they fought against Greece, remember that movie they made, the 300, right?
Yeah.
They were still calling themselves Persians.
Right.
Hey, let me address
And
it
where
real
did
quick.
they go
Let me
back
address
to
it real
live?
quick.
Hold on, brother. Hold on one second. So watch this. When it comes to who's over there, it's Persians, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And when it comes to where Mecca is set up, because we know the damn well, and we know where she walked, Hagar walked, is called what?
Her walk to what?
Country? What's the name of the country she walked in? Back and forth.
It's I forgot the name of it. You talking about when she
It's
walks back
Mecca.
and forth between the two mountains?
Becca Medina.
She doesn't. Okay, so she doesn't
It's
walk in
Saudi
between.
Arabia, right? She walked in Saudi Arabia, right? Hello?
I don't think
Hey,
we
let
heard
me
you.
address something real quick.
Go ahead,
Where's the Kaaba?
Hey, so Jose, can you put up what I put in the live chat real quick? Just post it so people can see it.
So if she's walking back and forth in that city, and she's an Egyptian, and we know she's Egyptian because Abraham married her, and he married her. So the Egyptian wife, she has Egyptian customs and methods. And if that's where it was founded,
who's talking right now?
Then we know that the founder, or at least if you don't call her the founder, that the person who went there initially, and that's what our Quran says, that's what our Bible says, it was an Egyptian female. What are we talking about? How would she not know? What would she know that until Allah gave her instructions to do?
Asar, let Tahuti jump in here. Tahuti was saying something. I don't know if you heard it. So let's let Tahuti talk. And let Tahuti talk. Tahuti, go ahead.
Where did they get that from?
Hey, just mute him out real quick.
And so,
no, I'm not doing that. He can't hear you. Asar, Tahuti, he couldn't hear you, Tahuti.
Hey, so pretty much, as far as the animal sacrifice is concerned, there might not be direct documentation, but we know when we look at the ritual that comes from the Arabs, we know that they have peace offering. They do the sacrifice as a peace offering, and they know that they copied our rituals in Salat, or what's probably was better known as Salah as far as the practitioners are concerned. But when it comes to documentation of them getting knowledge from Kemetic tradition based on their time in Egypt, they document that, and there's 3 scholars that document that. So you do have primary source documentation that they get a lot of knowledge from the Kemetic tradition. And another thing is with Islam, we forgetting about the slavery that came with Islam. Another thing is too, they bamboozled a lot of Africans to pray to Mecca because Napata was in the same direction, but they got them to pray to Mecca across the Red Sea because it was in the same direction, and they used their Arabic script, which imitates the Demotic, to get all that into play. So it's not African. It's definitely foreign. And your first Arab kingdoms, they come from Saudi Arabia. They were set up in Saudi Arabia, or what is now Saudi Arabia. So we know for a fact that there's no black Arabs. Islam is not an African religion or tradition. But I just wanted to land my plane with that.
Okay, so what we're gonna do now, I didn't even expect it to go this way. This went something totally different, and it went in a good direction. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my brother Kemet Infomanga. Let him say his part.
Oh, Jay, you sound too far in the back. You gotta step back off the mic, otherwise you can't make out what you're saying, bro.
All right,
Okay.
so
we're gonna let you close out. We're gonna let Assad, then we're gonna let Brother Nathan use, then we're gonna let Tuhili Far.
All right.
And tune in next week. Tune in next week, because we're definitely gonna make this a weekly thing. So next Friday, we're doing another way to smoke this fire. If you want to do a call out, me included, come through, do your call out. And as you heard, I can set up debates between people, so 2 or 3 people could come on, do what you have to do. We can set up a debate, and we'll let DMG know later. So go ahead, brother Steve.
Okay, so my debate with Heru Conscious has, I called him out, whatever, and we're gonna work on that, right? Brother Nathaniel Hughes, when I said about animal sacrifice, so in my opinion, I mean, I did do some research while you guys were talking or whatever. To me, it seems like it's kind of universal. It's not about who. I didn't say that the Muslims learned it from Kemet. I'm not saying that. That may or may not be true. There may or may not be direct evidence for that. I wouldn't even look for direct evidence, right? I'm implying that that's rather universal, right? In terms of spirituality. You're saying, well, then they didn't have any altars to do it. Okay, they didn't even have any altars. They were trying to be more monotheistic. So be it, but they're still practicing animal sacrifice. My point of contention is, okay, so because an Arab is doing it or a Muslim is doing it, basically the same thing that the Jew is doing and the traditional African spiritualist is doing, but when they're doing it and because they're calling Allah or they're doing it in the name of whomever, it is not evil, right? But let a traditional African spiritualist do it and call whomever they're calling, right? That now it's evil and it's wicked. And let a Christian do it or a Roman Catholic do it when they're doing their magic and they're taking the bread and the wine and turning it into the body and the blood of Jesus Christ, right? That's not voodoo. That's not human sacrifice or magical, right? That's good. But and whomever may be practicing cannibalism, I'm not in favor of cannibalism. I'm not against cannibalism. I'm just saying that people do what people do, but because of our hypocrisy. But other than that, we want to go kill them and take their land. And added to that, make them like us so that we can control them. That's what it's about. It's about empire, going and taking other people's land, and natural resources, now controlling the population by making them like us so they don't rebel. That's what this whole thing is about. Yeah, I understand. Okay, Kemet came up with first, Africans came up first, or whatever. But the conquerors don't celebrate nobody else but the conquerors. Arab conquerors don't celebrate nobody else other than Arab conquerors, right? The people of Kemet don't celebrate nobody else but the people of Kemet, right? Greeks don't celebrate nobody else but Greeks. The Greek and the Roman, they don't celebrate nobody else but themselves. And I land my plane.
Okay, Brother Asar, we're having trouble hearing you, but we're going to see if we can hear you. So do your closing, if you can hear me. Going once, going twice. Go ahead. Say what you're trying to say. Like you can't hear me. Tahuti, do your close out. Oh, sorry. You're sounding bad, Asar. You're sounding real underwater. We can't hear nothing you're saying. You're in a bad spot. So Tahuti, go ahead. Do your close in. Thank you guys for coming in. Just turn it. Oh God, now you sounding bad too, Tahuti?
Nah, that's not me. He still got his mic open.
Oh. Asar, you we ain't hearing nothing you saying, Asar. You horrible. Tahuti, go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much. Thanks for having me up.
Thank you.
I don't know how we got on the Arab stuff. I was hoping to stay away from Abrahamic topics altogether, but it's interesting to know that Islam is just as bad as Christianity. In fact, Christianity, if it wasn't for Christianity, Islam wouldn't even exist. And there's a multitude of ways you can prove that. But other than that, thank you for having me, and definitely let's do a Kemet takeover every Friday, and then take it from there.
Okay, all right, my brother. As the sister Michelle said, like, share, and subscribe, and consider becoming a channel member. So, like, share, and subscribe to Paradigm Shift. Like, share, and subscribe to Solomonic TV. So, as you see, every Friday we're gonna do Where There's Smoke, There's Fire, where someone can email me. My email address is in the chat somewhere there. I'll put it back up, and we could do a one every Friday where we do a personal call out, including me, and we'll see where it goes. So this is only episode 1. I think this went pretty well. Thanks to everyone for participating. Thanks to our mods, Sister Michelle Turner. Thank you for being a mod and being on your job. We appreciate you. Thank you to Tahuti Afar. Thank you to Brother Nathaniel Hayes. Thank you to DMG. Thank you to Samka. And thank you to Brother Steve Caballero for making this what it is. So tune in. Tomorrow there is going to be an all Hebrew panel, and Sunday I'm getting called out. So, and then we have Black Church Files every Thursday. So tune into that. That's it. I am out. Thank you so much. Have a blessed and wonderful Friday. Everyone be safe.
You are watching Paradigm Shift.